Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another SLA video. All right, guys, we got some news. Yeah, that's right, we got some news. So this is going to be a two-part video. We're going to do two things. Number one, we're going to talk about the news that's out. Not that crazy, but surprising, to be honest with you, and hell, I think worth noting. And number two, we're going to talk about the best and worst artifacts to keep in your inventory. A lot of people are having inventory management problems, and they've been asking me, hey, Payne, can you tell us what inventory items, artifacts we should keep, which ones we should delete? So we're going to go over that as well. So inventory management, if you don't know, number one, is limited to 4,000 items in your inventory. So that is what you can keep for artifacts specifically. If you want to know where to find that, you just simply go to artifacts. You guys can go right here. If you go to like sell or salvage, I believe, you guys can see in the bottom right there, it'll tell you 3,633 out of 4,000. So I'm pretty good about doing this. I've been very, very diligent about selling things that I don't need. So we're going to go through everything you should do. But before we do that, I do want to talk about the news. So just so you guys are aware, packages, for some reason this is under packages, not notices, but Thomas Andre rate up draw extension. So they've actually extended Thomas Andre's rate up for another week. That's right. So, which is interesting. So a lot of people are wondering why. What is the point of going up for another week? I'll be honest, I think it's because it's a national level hunter. Like, we know Akari's still going to be coming out, so that's not going to change anything. That part will remain the same. I don't think they're planning to push up or down Akari. I think what they're essentially trying to do is for the New Year's, still have him present and available for new players who are planning to come join the game during Jeju Island, right? Because a lot of people are going to want Thomas either way, and especially because the movie's coming out and the series, or the movie is out and the second season starts, and I think the second season is going to introduce Thomas a little bit more. We're going to have the ability to now have people watch the series and then probably want to go into the game and get Thomas, and this is going to be the opportunity to do so. So I think that's probably the reason. I can't think of another reason why, because I know Akari is still planning to be released during the Jeju Island arc, and also keeping in mind that this is 2 weeks after, a little over 2 weeks after Akari is released. So I'm curious to see if this is when Jeju Island Raid will come out, like the WOBL X, which I think will happen, version of Beru, and I wonder, or Beru, sorry, and I wonder if that's where we're going to be getting light as a elemental weakness. Again, all speculations on my part, but either way, there you guys go. The story packs will be ending on the 19th, so that's the next week as well too. So you guys can go ahead and purchase those if you need. So that's the news there. So anyone who's looking to get A10 Thomas, if you look at Akari and you're like, you know what, not the unit for me, I'm going to keep going for A10 Thomas, that'll be the time to do it. Of course, Goto Ryuji is also going to be on the way in, so there's going to be a lot of reasons to also save up. Now, inventory. Oh man, okay. Let's talk about this. This is important. Now, an easy way to do this, to be quite honest, if you guys don't care about this portion of the video, is if you go to my channel, right? Let me just go to my channel real quick for you guys. So if we go YouTube Studios, and you go to content, well, not in this, just go to my channel. You can search it. If you go to Artifact, right? Let's see if I can spell it correctly first. Artifact. You guys know that I've done the best artifact tier list to date, right? So an easy way to do this, to see what you want to keep and don't keep, is you can simply go through my artifact list and just kind of see what I've done here for each unit artifact wise. So I did attack, breakers, DPS with defense, and then 2 special ones. So if you want to know which ones I recommend keeping, you can also go through this video here and find yourself exactly what you need from an artifact perspective. Okay, so pretty straightforward and easy to follow. I think this is probably one of the best ways to do it. But with that being said, not everyone's going to watch this, so I will go through this with you thoroughly. First thing I would suggest, depending on what you want to do, sell or salvage is up to you, especially because it's depending on what you need, gold or artifact chips. So in my case, for example, I need to salvage because I'm looking for artifact chips, right? Right now, artifact chips are going to matter the most. So one of the easiest ways to do this, guys, is simply doing this. Go select all, click on common, rare, heroic, and then of course, if you want to keep your enchanted ones, you can. If you don't, though, go back to 0, right? You can change that number to 0. That way it won't capture anything at level 20 or whatever level you want to keep. And then, of course, you can lower the requirement. Now, of course, level 78, none of them are going to be level 78 because level 78 is only, I believe, legendary. Actually, 75 actually is also legendary. So this just ensures that nothing gets picked up that is considered legendary, right? Now if you look here, you can see a lot of your 75s here are going to be, right? Let's keep going down there. They're not touched, right? Okay, so it's only picking up all your purples, your rares, etc. This is going to give you guys 100 of the regular armor chips, okay? So you guys are aware. If you sell, on the other hand, same scenario, right? You guys can see here, it gives you 145,000. So it's up to you what's more important. That's completely your call on that one, all right? So it's not, you don't need to keep any of this. I think the purples are, unless you're a brand new player, purples are kind of useless at this point, and you can farm legendaries very easily. So this first recommendation is get rid of all rares, all commons, all uncommons by doing this method. Okay, so in my case, you know what? We're gonna go with gold. Let's just go with gold. 100 chips is super easy to get. So there you guys go, 145k. If I go back now and try to do this again, you guys will see here I still have 100 more. So I can now decide, you know what? Okay, you know, maybe I do need the chips. I go back here and then I'll do the chips instead. All right, so I can salvage here, gone, gone, right, and etc. Now you guys can see my inventory number is going down. So now let's talk a little bit about what matters. I'm down to 69. Okay, so let's go to 60. Great number, by the way. Okay, there it is. So now I have no selected quantities left of the 3 items I just chose. That includes, if I go to 20, for example, I think it'll pick up a few, maybe. No, none. Okay, perfect, gone. So all legendaries left. Now, the next thing to do is let's talk about the actual sets. What sets, if you're already in this boat now, you've completed this portion of the video, what sets are worth keeping, which ones are not? So let's talk about that. All right, so solid analysis, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Don't need it anymore. You now have greed. Greed will do everything that does. Solid analysis, in my opinion, gone. Guardian set for sure keep. You definitely want to keep that. Toughness, honestly, I would keep toughness just with the best possible attributes in there. Just in case you ever need to do the crit and crit damage. Because remember, these are passives and these numbers don't get affected by the CP penalty, the combat penalty. So you won't have to worry about that. So I would keep toughness, get rid of solid analysis, keep Guardian, at least a couple sets for it because they're great for guild battles and other things and other units that have shields. Noble Sacrifice, I'd keep a couple sets, maybe 1 or 2. Again, just for the buff purposes. One hit kill I think is worth keeping. Armed, honestly, at this point I would get rid of armed. It's not worth it. Solid Foundation, I'd keep a set or 2. Destroyer, definitely keep a few sets. Champion in the field, keep a few sets. Executioner, keep a few sets. Berserker, very limited. I would keep maybe 1 or 2. Expert for sure keep. Outstanding Connection, get rid of. Concentration of Firepower, keep. Burning Curse, keep. Burning Greed, keep. One set of Angel and White max, maybe 2. Warmonger, I'd keep a couple sets. They're becoming more popular. Outstanding abilities for sure keep at least 2 or 3. Sylph's Blessing, keep 2 or 3 for your blessings or for your support, and then Burning Blessing also, of course, keep. So this is how it would look, right? If I were to salvage all this, I would go salvage, and then I would go right here, and then the sets I don't want to keep, I would go solid analysis, armed. Honestly, even Solid Foundation at this point is kind of useless to me, except for Alicia. So you may have to go through this and manage which ones you want to keep. And you can do that, by the way. You can just lock the ones you want to keep. I also wouldn't keep Outstanding Connection at this point. And then, of course, like I said, a couple Angel and Whites, a couple Warmongers, etc. Now, I would apply this, select all, and then if you click on Legendary, you guys can see now only the ones I chose are being selected, obviously, right? So you guys can go through this and then just salvage which ones you don't want. So those are the sets I would remove. Now, like I said, the main thing for the other ones that you don't want to touch, so let's just say you want to keep a couple of these, like I mentioned, what you could do is just go to toughness, for example, right? And then just go to like main stats, right? So let's just say you want to do boots first. Go to boots. You guys can organize this by selecting the main stat, critical hit damage. Let's say I want to just keep some of these because, hell, you know what? Like I said, some of this might come in handy in the future. Just lock it like this, and that way it won't get picked up. All right, that's the way you manage all of this. Now, personally, I haven't used toughness set in so long that even for me personally, I think it's worthwhile going. But just doing just that little bit of management right there, our artifacts now have been reduced down to 3,064 versus 3,000, what was it, 600, right? So we just got rid of 600 pieces worth of artifacts, got some gold, got some armor pieces along the way, and now we have more room to farm if we ever need to. So that's the suggestion I would make. That's how you manage your inventory. One of the easiest ways to do this, guys, is simply go, whenever you get the artifact section when you finish the boss, right? Whenever you finish instances, it doesn't matter what it is. Just lock the ones you want to keep, sell the ones you don't. It's tedious, but it works, right? Until they give us a proper way to do this. But this is the fastest way probably to go through it, and those are the artifact sets I would definitely hold on to. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.